Riverbank Customs. Friday afternoon edition is hot. It's hot here in Alabama, but a little bit of breeze blowing. So just a little bit of a different video. Get away from the Volkswagens for a day. Casey Cameron, Hill City Music Fest show promoter, reached out to me and told me he needed a little help hauling some race cars for a show this weekend, Magic City Octane in Leeds, in preparation for a show he's doing up and coming. And I was overjoyed. So for those of you from Alabama or this part of the country, you'll agree that name and this car needs absolutely no introduction. So in everything I've done with Riverbank Customs and the Volkswagens and the people I've met and contacts we've made, this is one of the highlights of all of it. As a child growing up, Bobby Allison was my childhood hero. I always pulled for Bobby in every race, in every fight, in everything he done. And when Davey come along, Davey was also my idol. The day Davey died, I quit watching NASCAR. And then when Dale died, I admit that was the end of it for me. I loved watching these guys, but for the simple fact, they were from Alabama, but they were a backyard shop. They did everything on their own to get to where they were, to get to the level that they got to. Hard-working bunch of individuals, a bunch of friends working together to make it happen. Kind of like what Steve and I and Dennis and Alex and Howard and just everybody. Everybody in the Riverbank Customs crew, Tom, Shelley, Kathy, Helen, Michael, everybody. That's what we do. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be showing some cars from Magic City Octane tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this part of the video. Again, it's very, very special.
And then we're going back in.
Alright, so a lot of times in my videos, you hear me talk about, you hear me doing a little reminiscing. Reminiscing is one of my favorite things to do. I had a great childhood. So, in the podcast, with Dub Life Diaries, you heard me talking about my mini truck era, and my first truck, my first vehicle. So, I got a big spot in my heart for mini trucks, just like I do Volkswagens. Keith and I shared a lot of times in the mini truck world. Won a lot of trophies, did really well there with his truck, and then come along with my S10. But that was a great time. But one thing you've seen in a lot of them shows, one of probably my favorite trucks, one of the more popular trucks, was the Nissan Hardbody. So you see this truck in the background here, a truck we've seen in a couple of Pell City shows, but it is super cool. So I just want to take a minute and show you this truck. I'd like to find the owner and talk to him about it, but let's just walk around this truck and see what we can see. Look at it. This is an old school mini truck. Got the bullet hole wheels, American Racing bullet hole wheels. Got the snug top, 15-inch wheels. How cool is that? I bet you that's a 195/50. Let's just look. Cause that's the tire that we run. What is it? What is it? What is it? Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? There it is, right there. 195/50/15. OG American Racing. That's how we did it. Check it out. Super clean, super nice. Been kind of tucked away for a while. Simple modifications. Very, very cool. And I bet you there's a stereo in the back here. How y'all doing this morning?
Good.
You want to be on YouTube? You want to be YouTube famous?
Yeah.
When you get home, check me out. Riverbank Custom. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Everybody loves a cool truck. Hope you enjoyed tonight's video. Please don't forget, if you're interested in the Hall of Fame Super Show, September 5th and 6th, pre-registration is now open at halloffamesupershow.com. We'd love to have you there. Thanks for watching.